today. From Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. It's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air, and we are underway from Miami. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
For the second consecutive season, Tua's a starter and Miami's a team. Both had winning records, but missed the playoffs. His numbers, they weren't terrific. Only 2,600 yards and 16 touchdowns against 10 interceptions. But he also overcame fractured ribs early in the season to return and play well down the stretch. And don't forget, when he did come back, he led Miami to 6 straight wins, which kept them in the playoff race.
Tua wants to throw it on second down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry for Raheem Mostert. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. They try again with Cohen. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And deep to return it is Marcus Jones. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Patriots take over. A time for Mac Jones and his Patriot offense to take the field. Jones now in his 2nd season since being selected 15th overall in 2021.
I think we'll all remember 2021 as a banner quarterback draft, and we saw 5 taken in the first round. It was actually the 5th of those 5, Mac Jones, who was the runner-up in the Rookie of the Year voting with the 5th most yards by a rookie in league history. The Patriots, they have to be dancing in the streets with the idea that this guy is going to be their quarterback for about the next 10 years.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing Jones. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They run with a 4th-year man. This is Damian Harris. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. They'll try the right side with Harris. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now Jones. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Mostert. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From midfield, here's Tua. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the turnover, it's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. New England trying to get a place on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back.
And it's a fumble, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it? A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run again with Harris. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Jones now on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Jacoby Myers really came into his own as New England's de facto #1 wide receiver last season. They led the Pats in catches and yardage and really showed what he can do as a top target and a safety net for his young quarterback.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory, down at the 33. Back to throw. Jones. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot. Picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. first down, and they go back to Harris. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Bradley Chubb came in and got him. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Off the play fake, Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2nd down. Here's Mostert again. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Back to the running game with Mostert. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. A run between the tackles with Cohen. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Cohen missed all 2021 while trying to recover from a torn ACL suffered the year before. For a one-time All-Pro, one of the league's best young receiving backs, you certainly want to see him return to form and continue a promising young career.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. And Again, it's Tagovailoa. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. And he's got it. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Alec Ingold. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. And boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. No. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows to 10-0. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Marcus Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off play action. Jones. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. 33 yards that time.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun. Jones over the middle, complete. That's Myers. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to pass. Tua. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cohen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
2 now on 1st down. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Tua to throw again. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Tua now on 1st down. Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And the Pats are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. But that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Jones on 1st down. Very quick throw. He's got Myers. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On 2nd and inches, Jones. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
A final shot before break. Jones. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We start in New Jersey on this September the 11th. The New York Jets playing host to visiting Baltimore here in Week 1. And it's the Ravens who are out in front at halftime. J.K. Dobbins, a touchdown run in that first half. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Taylor Heineke, 4 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Throwing again on second down. Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Nick Needham picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Here's Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score in the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 17-3. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. New England's offense set to go. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And now a pause, it looks like play. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough. How about 1st and 10 now from the 33? Operating from the gun, Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the gun, it's Tua. Swings this out here for Cohen. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down. Tua going to throw. That one complete to Hill. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On 2nd down, Mostert. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Mostert's got all the speed in the world, but injuries have kept him from being able to show that over a full season. Now he finds himself competing for starting touches in Miami and hoping to get back to his 2019 form in San Francisco, where he topped 770 yards with 8 touchdowns.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill from 13 yards out. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too in a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jones. And my goodness, another interception. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Sanders on for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. New England trying to get the place on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run again with Harris. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. They hand this off to Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
I see a shaking the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Jones. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's the rookie 4th-round pick, Pierre Strong. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Back to throw. Jones. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he will have a Patriots first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Out route, and this is Henry with a catch.
What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. On the give, this is Harris. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now here's another carry for Harris. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Folks' kick is good.
And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does feel like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Juwan Bentley there to get him down.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll set up a throw. And his pass incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Miami. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones. It's brought in by Harris. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Jones now on 1st and 10.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. He gets it to Cooks.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
So this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll look to throw again.
Got his man. It's Thornton. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Throwing Jones.
That's complete yet again to Thornton. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Now Jones. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Jacoby Myers, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Pats are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
Folk connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was all capped off by Jacoby Myers on the touchdown reception. This fielded right at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Miami set to take over. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy.
This was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Miami, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to